Nation.
This is WTF Nation Radio.
A lot of people look at us as robots or just out doing a job, but everything we see and do affects us just like it does everybody else.
A lot of problems with first responders and veterans is that now we're in a battlefield that's very different.
I've lost more friends to suicide than I did in combat, and it really hurts.
When you push the human envelope to those maximum extents, physically, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually, and then you pull that plug, nothing prepares you for the silence. Nothing prepares you for that void.
You can't come that close to death without it having some effect on you.
I'll never forget my wife telling me, you know, you're not the same Brett that I married.
What War Horses does is it puts you in that environment to, in essence, look in the mirror, but that mirror's that horse, and that horse is going to tell you where you're at.
You got to relax. You got to calm down. You got to slow your mind down and just think about this one thing, controlling that horse.
The first thing we do before we get on a horse, we breathe, to let go of everything in your head. If I don't let go of everything, I cannot be present with the horse.
It's magic. I just started crying. It was the first time in my life that I literally let everything go.
Compassion, generosity, love, all of these things trickle back into what it is to be a human being.
It's completely changed me.
All the confidence I had lost, it started coming back working with these horses. They've given me my life back.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
I don't know shit about fuck.
All right, everybody. Yes, it's Friday, and it's time for Friday Night Freedom. And I wish my slider worked like I wanted it to, but it doesn't, so I'm going to do it like this. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for being here. My name is Kaz, and up there is Pookie, and we are WTF Nation Radio, speaking in concert with U.S. Army WTF Moments. And we are here for your entertainment, and this is Friday Night Freedom. We hope you enjoy the show. We got a great guest coming up in the second hour. Maybe you know him, maybe you don't. His name is JReady, and he does things and stuff. He used to be a host here on WTF Nation Radio, but he's moved on to a bigger and brighter things, and he's just doing all the badass stuff. So Jay's gonna check back in with us in about an hour. And he's going to update us on what's going on. It's going to be fun. If you don't know him, you're gonna know him, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Everyone loves Jay. He's awesome. So Jim Handy said it's Friday and it's probably hot as hell wherever you are. So crack a cold one, sit back and enjoy. Thanks, Jim. I'm very happy to announce that I think today. I'm in north central Texas. Today is like the first day in the last 20 or 30 days that it hasn't reached 100 degrees. So I'm extremely, extremely happy. My air conditioner is extremely happy that it doesn't have to run all the damn time. So that's a cool thing. I hope everyone's kind of getting ready for fall. It's coming, dude. This is we're in August. Leaves are going to start turning, and the leaves are falling off the trees here because everything is dead because it's dehydrated and there's no water. But hey, we'll take what we can get.
Texas has been dry.
It has been very dry. I've been watering I've given up on my lawn. I've given up on my lawn, and now I'm concerned about the foundation. So I've got some soaker hoses around the foundation. I had this conversation with my parents. They're up in Wisconsin. And they're like, what do you mean you water your foundation? Why would you water your foundation? I'm like, well, Texas soil is very, a lot of clay content. So when it gets really, really dry, the soil, it goes away. It retracts. So you got to keep it, you got to keep it moist. So you got to keep it wet, or else, when the soil goes away from the foundation kind of shifts and you can get cracks. And those cracks in your foundation will migrate into the drywall in your house, and you'll have these huge ass cracks. And it's not good, and it's very expensive to fix. Jim Handy's like, how long before people start watering with Gatorade? Which is a reference to Idiocracy, which is a fantastic movie. Yes, if you haven't seen it, everybody needs to see it, because you ought to be able, if you're in high school and you're taking a civics class and you just say, no, but I've watched Idiocracy, you ought to get credit for that and just be able to. That's it. Oh, I love Idiocracy. I watched as a matter of
electrolytes. It's got electrolytes.
Oh my gosh.
Electrolytes is what you need.
That's the thing right there.
Carl Jr.
Such a good, oh my gosh, such a good movie. What is that? Hello, welcome to Costco. I love you.
Welcome to Costco. We love you.
We love you.
Welcome to Costco. We love you.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Idiocracy, I'm taking it because our audience is so awesome. And if you haven't seen it, that doesn't mean you're not awesome. It's just we have a very eclectic audience with varying tastes in what movies they see that are good. And I think Idiocracy ranks up there, along with several others that I cannot name, because my mind is kind of scattered, man. My mind is kind of scattered. I took a nap before the show just because I'm exhausted. And dude, I'm telling you, 20 minutes of I was dead, and then I came back to life, and now I've got to do a show. I'm really excited about JReady being here, and I don't want to mess things up. So here we are. I'd like to start the show with your favorite subject, taxation. Ooh. Taxation is theft.
Yes.
Because the big news of the week was the Inflation Reduction Act, or whatever the hell that's called.
Yeah.
So supposedly everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. We're just gonna be shoveling money into a hole that we don't have the money to shove into the hole, and it's just gonna fix everything. Everything's gonna be fixed, and with a focus on enforcement, tax enforcement. Gosh, I don't know. This is kind of a. I think it's not going to go. I don't think it's going to go well. I think the House or the Senate is supposed to vote on it tonight.
No, it's the House is voting on it, I think. It's one of those, I don't know.
So the Senate approved it. Now the House has to review the changes. And then, if they vote on it without any without changing stuff, if the House votes on it, yes, without changing stuff, then it becomes it doesn't become law until it goes to Biden's desk and he signs it. So, if the House says yes, then it goes to Biden's desk and he signs it, and all of a sudden we have all of these things, and it's a lot of this green energy stuff, and this
good crap.
It is, and it's. I think any sane person thinking about it will say this ain't gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work.
That's just like how they put inflation and all this stuff and all these billed names. I don't know, it was Inflation Protection Act, and then you had the climate protection deal, and it's like the names they come up with these things sometimes. And you actually read what's in it, and you're like, that has nothing to do with what you're saying it does.
What kills me is if something happens and it requires the action from our legislators, they address the issue, but then they tack on 50,000 other things that have absolutely nothing to do with what the issue was. They can't focus on a single thing. They're like, okay, we're going to add all this stuff to it, like
Gotta keep your special interest groups.
Well, it's like, it's like the burn pit thing. A lot of folks were, against it because there were other things that were not necessarily added to it, but there was a lot of.
There's a reason why I got voted down the first time, is because it was something along the lines of discretionary spending and obligatory spending. I think that's what it was. It's like spend it or you'll lose it kind of crap. Or, hey, we need money for this program, and the government gives it to you. Yeah. And I think what they had set it up first was like, oh, you have so much, and then once the money runs out, the money runs out. And it was like, what, $100 billion? Not even that.
You know what, dude? You can throw out any number out there as long as you've got a billion or trillion after it, and I'll believe it.
Yeah, a B. Yeah, just throw a B. Yeah.
So here we are with this bill. So the Inflation Reduction Act, a landmark climate, healthcare, and tax package that passed the Senate on Sunday, is expected to head to Biden's desk after the House approves it on Friday. So this is already a predetermined thing. They're just like, the House is going to approve it. It's just all formality. They're gonna go and fucking do this. Includes roughly $78 billion with a B dollars for the IRS to be phased in over 10 years. A Treasury, everyone's saying, all the 87 million or 87,000 tax collectors. I've got some memes, so I'm going to be, kind of cycling through the memes as I read this, and a portion of this is devil's advocate, because I don't want to feed the monster that just goes and just these guys are going to come after you, and they're going to have guns, and all these partial truths that lead people to be in a tizzy, and I don't want to feed that monster. A Treasury Department report from May 2021 estimated that such an investment of this money, this has been in the works for a long time. This isn't like legislators rolled over in bed and decided this is the amount of money that we needed. This has been in the works for a while. So this report from 2021 estimated that such an investment would enable the agency, the IRS, to hire roughly 87,000 employees by 2031. But most of those hires would not be IRS agents, and they wouldn't be new positions. They wouldn't be tax collectors. They wouldn't be brand new, coming in off the street type of positions. According to a Treasury Department official, the funds would cover a wide range of positions, including IT technicians and tax service support staff, as well as experienced auditors who would be largely tasked with cracking down on corporate and high-income tax evaders. So I come to this meme that I'm showing you right now. I don't know who made it, but it's glorious. It says this stadium has a capacity of 86,112 and is not big enough to hold the 87,000 new IRS agents coming after you. Now, if they would have said the new IRS employees coming after you, then I would buy that. But still, that's a lot. That's a ton. So I'm thinking, what? This is crazy. So I did a little digging, found out what the current employee count of the IRS. The Treasury Department went on to say that half of the there's 78,000 IRS employees right now. But half of them are eligible for retirement and are expected to leave the agency within 5 years. So this budget, okay, follow me here. This budget is supposed to be able to hire like new employees to cover the people that are leaving, they're retiring, they're going away, so they're going to bring in new people. Okay, so if you take a little bit of air out of the balloon and then you blow it in on the other side, it's a net gain. You get rid of one guy, you bring in another guy. It's a zero sum. But they want, I don't know how much they got, $78 billion? Billion with a B. It's a big B, a capital freaking B. It's a lot of money, man. I don't know. Maybe the employee, I mean, right now our balance is at 78,000. And then we lose some employees, then we gain some employees, and our level is still at 78,000. Why is it costing money? If these guys are retiring, where does the retirement come from? Are they paying the retirement? I don't know. I think that goes to a different pocket, right? I don't know. I have no idea.
There's many questions there. I think all pensioner. Now, if I'm wrong on this, someone tell me. But I think all pensioners that get money from, government positions after retire, that's all Department of Treasury at that point.
That's all. That's all a pension thing. It's a pension thing.
Yeah.
It's why Chicago's in such bad shape, because they've been borrowing from the pensions of teachers and police officers and whatnot to fund other programs, usually social programs. So there's a big hubbub about the IRS job posting for being a tax collector. Some of the requirements are you have to adhere to the highest standards of conduct, especially in maintaining honesty and integrity. Interesting. Work a minimum of 50 hours per week, which may include irregular hours, and be on call 24/7, including holidays and weekends.
Sounds like a military job posting at this point, huh?
Right? I mean, because who doesn't like to collect taxes during Christmas? You have to maintain a level of fitness necessary to effectively respond to a life-threatening situation on the job. Okay. Carry a firearm and be willing to use deadly force. This is a job posting for the IRS. This is legitimately on the whole thing didn't fit on this screen, so I kind of capped it off there, or I cropped it out. You'd be willing and able to participate in arrests, execution of search warrants, and other dangerous assignments. This is a mercenary job posting.
So if I go into your house with a gun and hold you hostage and say, "Give me all your money," I'm doing armed robbery. But when they do it, it's called taxes.
Tax collection, yeah. It's for America.
But the roads, my man, the roads. What will happen to the roads?
Roads are okay. Whose jurisdiction is that? I mean, interstate highways. I guess that would come out of a federal fund. Interstate highways, intrastate highways would be state. Interstate highways would be federal. So yeah, I mean, there are some. I mean, look at Arkansas, dude. Man, those roads suck. I hate driving through Arkansas. I will avoid Arkansas just because the roads are horrible. Mississippi sucks too. Alabama, not so bad.
It would suck in South Carolina, period. Don't come to Myrtle Beach. Just don't do it. Stay away. It's not worth your time. It's a horrible place. You're more likely to get shot and catch typhoid.
Or polio. Polio is in the water in London. Did you see that shit? They detected polio. Polio, a disease that has been gone for years and years and years and years and years. I remember drinking the polio booster when I was a child.
I remember that.
That little pink, it was a pink vial.
Goop.
Yeah, pink goop. Kind of
tasted. I got a shot.
Yep.
That's crazy. Well, I got smallpox scars still on my arm. Yeah.
Russell Jenkins says, yeah, South Carolina highways suck ass.
Yep. Right. He knows. They spend their money in the most ridiculous, stupid places rather than fix the roads.
It doesn't make sense. So anyway, this was the post on your left-hand side. You can see it, the IRS job posting. Your major duties are that. But then there's these other memes that are just popping up. It says if the IRS had nothing to hide, why would they delete the job posting? Because the IRS did remove that. They've either removed it or they've modified it. I think they removed it altogether until they figure out how to word this in a way where it's not going to alarm everybody. I think everyone kind of went, what? And this isn't just bullshit that because politicians will say stuff on one side and the other side just to kind of rouse their base and get them all up in, a panic, and say like fake stuff, just kind of blow up some of the most minor minutia of details. And then, but the IRS kind of removed that job posting. What are they hiding? Is an IRS agent going to come into my house because a lot of folks are saying, because a lot of this income BS is, and this is why I changed. My daughter's in college again. This is one of those shocks that happened this week. She's like, "Dad, I'm going back to school." I'm like, "Great." And then she didn't say anything for like 2 weeks, and then she came back and she's like, "Can you help?" "Okay, I can help." And then she sent me a text that had a copy of her first semester bill, and it was like $6,000. Holy cow! I'm like, "Honey, give me some details." And it was crazy because it said, it's like, here's tuition money. Here's she got a food plan, which is fine. She lives off campus. She has her own apartment. But then underneath that, it was like a page and a quarter of fees. This fee, this health fee, this other fee, and this fee for fees, and this other fee that supports the other fees. This is why damn college kids are broke after they graduate, because all of these damn fees.
Sounds like a hospital bill at that point. Huh?
Oh, I'm telling you, dude. So I'm stressed. I am stressed. I can afford it. I don't want to have to afford it, just because after I got divorced, that kind of emptied my 401k. So I've got nothing to retire on. So I think I'm going to be working for probably another 20 years before I can retire. But it's going to be fine. It's cool. It's going to be cool. It's going to be, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Speaking of IRS, I wish I could send you this picture. All right, now I don't know how I Facebook did something weird where I can't send messages right now. But
did you get little like band, like a little wrist slap thing?
I don't know what's going on with the browser on my PC, but on my phone I can probably send it. But it's an IRS cafeteria. I saw. I don't know if you saw the picture of that floating around on Twitter.
IRS cafeteria, like cafeterias where you eat food, right?
Eat food, but instead of food being in the cafeteria, it's backlog files. It looks like a library.
Like we're investigating these things.
Things that are being processed. Yes, they need processed, and they're just that's bureaucracy right there. That's bureaucracy in 100%. You've made too much paperwork. You're like the army with the freaking leave forms requiring 400 sheets of paper to go on leave. Just
whatever happened to the Paperwork Reduction Act?
Yeah, forgot about that.
Oh man. So D. Treasy's house over in Florida, down your way, got raided. Raided.
I will say the word raided.
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 So I've got a never seen before video. I'm sorry, not video. A photograph of the raid. If you look at it there, a photograph taken from Mar-a-Lago security cameras right there.
Excuse me.
So there's a lot about Monday's FBI raid on former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home that should leave one questioning the legitimacy of the operation. CNN had reported that the investigator had visited Trump's residence, meeting with his attorney and discussing, in fact, lay eyes on the documents in question, the recovery of which is allegedly the basis of the FBI raid. So why exactly was a raid necessary? Couldn't it have just been like a Zoom call or send me these files or something like that? So they.
I just clicked.
You good, man?
Oh, I was like, looked at the picture. I was like, why is a pigeon there? And I clicked. And the birds aren't real.
The birds aren't real. So the judge that signed off on the warrant / raid is named Bruce Reinhardt. The Miami Herald reported back in November of 2018 that Bruce Reinhardt, quote, left the U.S. Attorney's Office on January 1, 2008, and went to work representing Epstein's employees on January 2nd, 2008. This guy quit a job with the government to defend human trafficking sex criminals. This is the guy that signed off on the warrant. Or the raid, or whatever you want to call this.
Yeah. Laptop. Where's the laptop? Where's the book? I want to see the laptop. I want to see the book.
So I'm guessing they're going to release the text of the warrant. What I want to see is the application. What I want to see is the application for the warrant and what facts were presented. I don't want to see the warrant. I want to see the application for the warrant. So,
weaponizing the FBI to go after your political opponents.
Weaponizing the entire Justice Department.
Congratulations. We're not living in dystopian world right now, you know.
See, Stan Lee says, why didn't the team station there to take care of him? I mean, because he's got Secret Service that's guarding him, because that's his privilege as a former president. He's got lifetime Secret Service support. They just, I guess, you know, if all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, you just, I mean, if everything appears legit, then you let them in. I don't know. You got to protect the president from IRS or whoever, some other Justice Department people. Oh no shit! If Trump goes, Branko says if Trump goes down, Hillary better be next.
That's what I'm saying. I'm all about like I don't care if something's wrong or something wrong, take care of it. You know,
there's been so much that have been wrong on all sides. But it just seems like all of the big action, you know, comes towards folks that are on the right side of the aisle.
Well, didn't the IRS get caught being weaponized against certain?
Yeah.
Way back. Mm-hmm. So now we're adding 87,000 plus more IRS armed goons to harass people.
Armed with ammo and stuff.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
No, don't. I mean, if you do, please do it after the show. I really don't want to stop this stuff.
What's the spirit of Halloween?
Oh yeah, that's Mar-a-Lago. That's Trump's house in Mar-a-Lago. They're the memes. You know, the left can't meme at all. And this is what they have.
I was confused. I was like, you think they're kicking him out of his house now or something?
They're not doing shit. They're not doing shit. And even the thing is, with all this, this raid on Mar-a-Lago and whatever, even some of the most left people are like, hey, this is fucked up. This shouldn't have happened.
And then I was reading something along the lines of, I know how classified information works. You know how classified information works. I'm pretty sure a majority of our listeners know how classified. So one paper out of, say, a TS could be considered unclass.
Okay. One word on a page,
could be, one word on a page could be considered top secret. That whole thing becomes top secret. So, I mean, you write TS on a napkin and say, hey, how you doing? Guess what? That napkin is now TS.
and I guess that was the impetus behind them raiding his place, because there was some aide that said, these are the documents, this is what they said, this is where they're kept. And that's when the raid happened. Someone presented that in an application to a judge and says, hey, we need a warrant to search Mar-a-Lago. And the judge signed off on it because an aide that apparently had access or probably had access now said things and stuff. And it was credible, swore that it was true, and there it is.
Yeah, I understand. You're right there. You're 100% right. The president is the classification authority.
Well, he's not the president anymore. He's a former president.
Former. Well, some would say different.
I gave up. You know what? When the election happened and I saw all that freaky shit happening, I'm like, this is messed up. This is messed up. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, when vote counts were still increasing for one side and not the other, I'm like, okay, shit's happening here. Yes, it definitely looks funny to me. It definitely looks fucked up. But I'm not going to be the guy out there going, this was stolen. Yeah, there's a bunch of fishy stuff that has not been allowed to be investigated because judges and shit get in the way. You can't ask these questions. You can ask these 4 questions, but you can't ask these really, really juicy 3 other questions that would really get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, like the whole book or on Epstein's properties, or like the laptop. Like, God forbid we see, but I'm afraid. Someone said it's floating around on the internet. I'm afraid to just download the thing if it is true, because I'd probably wind up getting, How
about seeing Ghislaine Maxwell's client list? She's in freaking prison right now for a crime of trafficking children to absolutely nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's been arrested for being the client. She's arrested for like being in charge of the list, but no one on that list is being arrested.
And Epstein didn't kill himself.
He didn't. He absolutely didn't. There's no way. No way. No way.
Man, I've got to say all of the big ones tonight. Taxation, theft, Epstein didn't kill himself. Oh man, this is getting good. They called the IRS goons. Yes.
Yes. FBI, a bunch of stormtroopers. Brr. It's just crooked, dude, from the fucking top down. This administration is so. How do you do that? Okay, let's just say, okay, so what happens now? We're going to suppose, we're going to live in Fantasyland clown world right now. Let's say Donald Trump receives the nomination to become president of the United States, runs against President Biden or Kamala Harris or whomever the left decides to put up. And let's just say, for an instance, that President Trump wins by just a landslide. And President Trump is the new president of the United States. He's got his presidential authority. What do you say? Dear FBI, dear IRS, you're all fired. Yeah. You're all fired. You're not eligible for food stamps or unemployment or whatever. Just get out.
Get out.
Get out. What kind would he? You think he would? I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
See, what's his name? Bill Hicks, the comedian from way back in the day. I don't know if you've ever heard any of his stuff. He made a joke about that, talking about like when they get they're like, oh, I'm running for the people. Blah, 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 blah. As soon as you get elected, they pull you into a room, sit you down, and show you a video of
all the aliens and all the other secret stuff.
Kennedy getting assassinated from a different angle. Mm-hmm. Like something that's never been seen by a public. Like, oh crap! It's like, we got you. You listen to us, or we'll end of it at that point. Huh? I don't trust it. This whole system's scary.
I think there are people.
My tinfoil hat on.
I think, and this is my personal thought. This is not the thought of the United States Army, U.S. Army WTF Moments, or WTF Nation Radio. I think that there are, I think we all have the same opinion that whoever that suit is sitting in the presidential, in the Oval Office, isn't the guy in charge, isn't the person in charge.
Hasn't been a long time.
I don't think is I don't think since probably pre-Vietnam. I'm gonna say pre-Vietnam. Pre-Vietnam. Vietnam was kind of like the change time where governments and corporations were in charge of deciding who becomes the president and how much
I think
influence
Kennedy
they have.
was the last real president we had.
I
honestly think that.
I will agree with that.
And that's the reason why he got taken out. That's just that. I put my tinfoil hat on, but I think the government did it.
I don't have any proof. I'm just saying this is the way I feel, and I agree with you, Pookie. It's just I think that there's more. The picture is much larger than, it's so much bigger. It's so much bigger than, and I don't think the United States is alone in this. I think any country, whoever leads a major country, whether it's Russia, I think Putin's there just because he's a dick and he kills anything that gets in his way. Same with any dictatorship. Look at Cuba. Look at North Korea.
China.
Yeah.
West Taiwan. Oh, I said it.
West Taiwan. Yeah. Dude, I don't have that graphic. I took it off. West Taiwan is nasty with all those, and I label China as just a dictatorship. It's a big ass country with a lot of people, but if you look at China, it's divided. I mean, you got North and South China, North and South West Taiwan, where all the money is north and all the workers are south. So it's just crazy how the world does things, and the leaders who are elected. Did you see that crazy ass video? This is completely, I don't even have notes for this. Beto O'Rourke, Robert Francis O'Rourke, just fucking snapping at some dude. He had a town hall here in Mineral Wells, Texas, which is just a little bit away from me, a little bit west of me. But he was giving a little speech. God bless the guy. He wants to be governor of Texas. So he's been to every county in Texas, and he just gives little town halls and his speeches, and all of his speeches are the same, and it's all about Uvalde and the shooting that happened there. Well, during one of his speeches yesterday or the day before, he was getting into that, but he was talking about the AR-15, and this weapon was developed in the fields of Vietnam, and at 500 feet, he either said 500 feet or 500 yards. I think he said feet, which kind of falls into the maximum effective range of a .556. But it'll pierce your helmet and go into your skull and die, and then he goes down into a shooting stance, and then some dude in the back of the room laughed when he was doing this. And then Beto fucking just turned around and said, "You might think this funny, but I don't think it's funny." He called him motherfucker and everything. So I'm
surprised that man has not been tarred and feathered out of the state of Texas.
He's been kicked out of a few places. It's just, he goes and does his thing. He gets drummed out because what he says is wrong. But it's just, you might think this is funny, but I don't think it's funny, motherfucker. Oh, you should see it. I was going to pull the video and show it, but I figured it was too much of a circus. So here we go. Let's talk about some global threats to the United States. Global threats to the United States.
Apparently, it's not COVID anymore.
Oh no, that as soon as Russia invaded Ukraine, that was over. That ended COVID. Which is weird because I saw there was a this is so stupid. Here's us. I've got Mar-a-Lago, the graphic from Mar-a-Lago on the screen, and we're just talking. But we're not talking about Mar-a-Lago anymore. But there was a bunch of police officers in a courtroom in California somewhere. Let's call it Los Angeles. And they were going to rule on removing homeless encampments in things in places somewhere in California. But all of these fuckers were wearing masks like like the N40 or whatever that mask is. It's been so long since I've worn a mask, I forgot what they're called. M40, N40?
N90 something?
And yeah, sure, 90. 90 is better than 40. But all of these police officers were wearing masks, and they're trying to keep people out of the courtroom as the council there had made a decision on removing homeless encampments. But they were wearing masks. So all of the comments in this post, it was a Facebook post, were all about these clowns are still wearing masks. Where is this? Nuts. So anyway, we're going to talk about the global threats to the United States on a global level. So let's look here. A member of the Iranian government's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps was charged with a murder-for-hire plot to assassinate former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton.
Michael Bolton?
Did Mike? That's not him?
No, that's Michael Bolton.
Oh. Oh, okay. No, I think Michael Bolton's fine. Michael Bolton's fine. All right. Hold on a second, dude. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Let me get another picture. Okay. A member of the Iranian government's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps was charged with a murder-for-hire plot to assassinate former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton.
Colonel Sanders.
Son of a bitch. Give me a second. Sorry. A member of the Iranian government's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps was charged with a murder-for-hire plot to assassinate former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton. Did I get it right this time?
Yes, you did.
Okay, we're good. All right, cool. The Justice Department unsealed charges on Wednesday accusing Shazam Parafi of attempting to murder Bolton, likely in retaliation for the United States' successful strike in killing Quds Force leader Qassem Soleimani in January of 2020. Thank you, President Trump. Porsafi was charged for the use of interstate commerce facilities in the commission of a murder for hire with providing and attempting to provide material support for to a transitional murder plot. What the hell kind of charge is that? The Justice Department said that it was that he attempted to pay U.S.-based individuals $300,000 to carry out the murder in either Washington, D.C. or Maryland. I wonder when this was. Is it recent? I mean, of course, John Bolton, is that his name? Yeah, it's not Michael Bolton. John Bolton, he still exists, obviously. I mean, he hasn't been assassinated. Is this really a thing? Obviously it is.
It's on the internet. It must be true.
I'm just kind of wondering what the timing of this is. Was this 6 months ago? Was this like last week?
Yes.
I read a couple of stories, and I didn't know. I wasn't clear what the timing was. So anyway, Michael Bolton was almost dead, and now he's not. John Bolton. John?
Just finding out about this.
So tell us, Pookie, about your OnlyFans site.
I sell pictures of my feet.
OnlyFans /Pookie. Have you ever been approached? Have you ever been approached by anybody from? I don't even know what this is. So convoluted. I'm sorry. This is very convoluted. I'm going to grab a beer. There we go. OnlyFans, an online subscription platform known for adult content. I'm sorry to have John Bolton's picture up there when we're talking about OnlyFans, which is like a woo-woo type photos.
Yeah, I sell pictures of my feet on there. Make a lot of money doing that. Huh?
Anyway, OnlyFans has come under scrutiny for bribing Meta /Facebook employees to put adult stars of rival platforms pay attention to this because it's very convoluted. OnlyFans, actors, would you call them celebrities? Maybe not.
I guess influencers.
Influencers. OnlyFans influencers. OnlyFans, okay, yeah. So they've been bribing employees from Facebook to put stars of rival platforms on a terror watch list. This is like petty stuff that's like big.
What?
Reportedly, adult performers who sold their pictures, videos, and other content on rival platforms of OnlyFans had their Instagram and Facebook accounts tagged as containing terrorist content. I guess this is probably only something that you can do internally. So it's pertinent to note that Facebook works with a nonprofit named Global Internet Forum to Counter Terrorism, which has this cool acronym GIFCT, which maintains a database of terror-linked accounts. GIFCT was formed by big tech giants such as Microsoft, Twitter, YouTube, etc., and Facebook in 2017 to stop the online spread of terror-related content. They've got the control. They can say, this seems to be terrorist-related or this is not. Any individual flagged as a terrorist by Meta is often censored on the platform rather quickly, thereby reducing the reach to their creator, forcing them to make an account on OnlyFans, which remained the only platform that has immunity from this crackdown.
So OnlyFans is using this gift, whatever it's called.
Yep.
And they're targeting people on other platforms to force them onto their platform.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
That's fucking genius.
It's smart.
It is smart. It's smart, but it's fucked up. I mean, if you want to show your feet to earn some extra cash to pay your rent, which has likely increased in the last couple of years, yeah. But yeah, that was a cool story. So here we come to another story, which I had been working on for a couple of days because the incident happened a couple of days ago, and I'm trying to follow it, and it came to an abrupt end today. Actually, just like an hour, maybe an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. I was gonna talk about Anne Hesh, actor.
Oh, yeah, I was just doing research on that. That's the kind of funny because I was just looking at the page for that.
This is just fucked up. Anne Hesh has been, this is what I wrote before the show, and then the show started and shit changed. So Anne Hesh has been hospitalized since she was pulled from her burning car after last Friday's crash in the city Mara Vista neighborhood. Earlier this week, a spokesman for Hesh says that she fell into a coma and she was in critical condition. Actress Anne Hesh is being investigated for felony driving under the influence after she crashed her car into a Los Angeles home, sparking a fire and leaving her in a coma. These facts were confirmed by authorities on Thursday. Police tested Hesh for drugs and alcohol following the crash. Due to her condition, a warrant was obtained to test Hesh's blood for substances, according to the source. Such steps were commonly taken in an investigation in a suspected DUI. On Thursday, the LAPD said that the lab results revealed the presence of narcotics. Interesting. You know what else is interesting? Is that when Paul Pelosi was in his DUI over Memorial Day weekend, he had the reports in the news were he had a drug in his system. They didn't say what drug it was. They just said it was a drug.
Alzheimer's.
he is kind of up there. I'm not the guy to bash T-Mold, but he's kind of
or Viagra. Oh,
you know, it might have been Viagra. He was driving with boner. you know, it might get like in the way of the.
DUB or DYB?
Driving while
With boner?
DWB. So on Thursday, the Los Angeles Police Department said that the lab results revealed that there was a presence of a narcotic, but additional testing is required to rule out any substances administered at the hospital. The incident was originally being investigated as a misdemeanor, but the case was quickly updated to a felony after the victim came forward. But I heard in the time prior to her accident, she was live streaming or doing some kind of a video podcast. And then she was drinking, and then she drove. She was driving a Mini Cooper. I couldn't find the video because the video had been yanked. The video got yanked. I remember seeing the video.
I wish they'd stop doing that. I really wish they would stop doing that in today's day and age. It's just like, as soon as something happens, they just go ripping crap off the internet faster than they scrub it clean. It's like, let me look at it. Let me come to the conclusion.
Let me make my own. Let me make my own opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the Barney style breakdown of it is she caused an accident, a car accident. She fled the scene. While she was fleeing the scene, she hit a house. After she hit a house, her car caught fire. And then she was in the car. The car was burning. And the house caught on fire. People were injured. Houses were ruined. And now, as I was taking a nap, from the time I got off of work to now, she has passed. She's dead. She was pronounced brain dead because she had some kind of a medical brain thing. And now she's passed. I mean, rest in peace. Mm-hmm. But damn, dude.
In China, she was drinking vodka and wine chasers in the podcast before the accident. Trying to find a video. I'll find a video of it. Huh?
Vodka and that's dude. Who drinks vodka straight? Yeah, that's so gross. It's nasty. I don't like it. I don't like vodka. Give me whiskey all day long. But guess what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna drive drunk. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great time. But if I have to go somewhere from where I am to where I need to be, I'm not gonna drive myself. I'm gonna call an Uber. I'm gonna call a taxi. I'm gonna call a friend, or someone who hasn't been drinking. And this is my caveat into our break. If you are out and you're having a great time, have a great time. Have an awesome time. Get some numbers. Get a girlfriend. Get a boyfriend. Whatever. Get laid. I don't care. But don't drive yourself.
Uber
is so cheap. Well, I don't know. It might be a little bit more expensive now than it was.
It depends on. It's cheaper than getting a DUI.
It is. I mean, back in the day. I mean, just a regular. I mean, back in the day, meaning 3 years ago. Let's just call it 3 years ago. A DUI, just paying for a DUI. Let's say you go out, you get drunk. DUI, you're looking at $12,000 to $15,000 out of your pocket because lost wages, you got to pay for a lawyer, so on and so forth. Dude, I'm telling you, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 to get you from where you're partying to where you need to be safely and then back again to get your vehicle the next day is a whole lot cheaper than that. And it's a whole lot cheaper than taking someone's life, ruining someone's fucking house, or crashing into someone's fucking car. So, dude, I mean, the weekend is upon us. Have a great time. Have a great time. Just fucking, there's so many other better alternatives out there than driving.
You're right.
Intoxicated.
That's the best option. If you're going to drink at home, that's the best way to do it.
That's why I don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. If I want to drink, I sit at the house and drink. That's my go-to at that point. I go to the pub every now and then, but when I go to the pub, I ain't going to the pub to get, schmammered. I'm just going up to hang out with people.
So I don't know anything about Ann Hesch's history. I don't know if she was an alcoholic or if she had a problem drinking, or maybe she was just having a good time. She tied one on during a podcast, which I've done from time to time, and just got out of control. I don't know. I have no idea. There's no judgment here. It sucks. The loss of life sucks. The loss of property and the people that were injured, it sucks. I have a hard time feeling sorry for her because of the choices that she made.
Oh, this is 2 hours ago by CBS News. I know we're about to go on break, but it's something along the lines of her family hopes to donate her organs after a fire crash that left her on life support. So I guess she's brain dead, so they're trying to donate her organs.
So she's not room temperature yet? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, she's still her body's still kicking it, but her brain's dead. And so what the heck? This one right here, this was 5 days ago. Said stable. She was in stable condition, but I don't know. Everything else says she's dead. So that's it.
I'm trying to decipher Lilia Rose's. I've had a lesbian neighbor that drank all day, every day, and can drive anywhere. Craziest shit I've ever seen. You know, I guess you get drunk, and we used to joke about this. You just got to, yeah, you just got to learn how to drive drunk.
No,
there are times, and I'm guilty, dude. I am guilty as hell of going to Sandy's home place, right outside of Fort Hood, having a great fucking time, and then miraculously making it back to the barracks.
Through the gate.
Going through the gate.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did I park my car? Yeah. You're young, you're stupid, and you make really, really dumb decisions. And I guess that's all a part of being young. Okay, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, JReady's going to be here. If you don't know JReady, you're going to be happy that you met him. If you know JReady, you're going to be happy for the reunion. This is going to be freaking awesome. So hang out, and we're going to be back in just a little bit. Shots. We were just talking about not drinking and driving. Shots, motherfuckers. And if you're intoxicated, call an Uber.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
WTF Nation Radio.
Do you know what I love about Americans? We're the land of the fuck you. This country was founded on a fuck you. Don't tell me what to do. Fuck you. What's more beautiful than that? We will die on Fuck You Hill, defiant to the end. That's what I love about Americans. Fuck you. You want to tell me I can't speak a certain way? Fuck you. You want to tell me I can't do this and do that? Pray to this God or that God? Fuck you. I believe most Americans are like that. The loudest but smallest group of people are trying to tell you that you're wrong about everything that you were taught and everything that you believe and everything that you say and everything that you do. They're trying to convince you the color of your skin is this way or that way, or hate this person because of this or that. It doesn't matter. They're not right. A democracy is when we the people know everything about the government. There's transparency there. We know what's going on, so as a collective, we can make a decision as the people to change it. But convince me it's not the other way around. They know everything about us. They know what we watch, they know what we say, they know what we think, they know what we buy, and we don't know shit about what's going on up top. Fuck you. Don't be afraid to have integrity. Don't be afraid to say fuck you. Don't be afraid to be human. There's only one side in this. That's the side of freedom. Don't be afraid of your superiors if given an unlawful order. Don't be afraid to push back. We can't hurt Americans. You can't hurt your fellow American. You must stand beside them. More than anything, I want this to be peaceful. But in my heart, I know it's going to get squirrely. You're going to have to make sacrifices as Americans to keep our land the way it is. The American people do not bend a knee. You can't just sit back and relax and consume. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. If we do not hold the line, they will take us over. If we do not demand transparency, they will take us over. You are blind if you cannot see any of this happening. You are surrounded by propaganda. You are surrounded by divisiveness. You are surrounded by hate. That is not real. Reality is you're surrounded by people that want to help each other, that want to love each other, that want to make this thing grow. Take your egos out of it. Your egos are bullshit. Your ego will not save your life. They don't give a fuck about us. We are numbers. What happens when the grasshopper bounces onto an anthill? Grab your fucking nuts, people. Quit being afraid. Our American flag is the only fucking thing that matters. Every other flag flies under our flag. That is the thing that unites us, and we must take it back.
John Hancock. It's Herbie Hancock. Duh.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Oh, here we are back at, we're back live. We are live at WTF Nation Radio, and we're joined by JReady, who has apparently found some yak butter, rubbed it all over himself, and he's now turned into a tiger. What's going on, Jay?
I'm yacked up and gacked out.
Hey. If anybody doesn't know, JReady used to be a host here on WTF Nation Radio. What a glorious time. I've met him. We spent some time in Colorado together. Great time.
Yeah.
So you left the station. You had a really great run, and what are you? Because you're many things, and I don't know how to classify this into one. I can't put you in a box.
That's the goal, and that honestly was the goal from the whole time. I am an enigma of dude, I'm a photographer. I'm a videographer. I'm a audio engineer. I don't know. I've been offered. Let's see. Audio engineer. Did radio for a long time here. What else?
You cut hair?
I did that for a little while. I fucking hated it, dude.
Yeah.
No bueno. It was super racist.
I mean, you went to school and shit for that, though.
Yeah, but I was the only white guy there, and I think I'm the only white person in the country that ever got a minority scholarship.
Well, it worked out.
No, it didn't. I'm bald.
Well, never trust a bald hairdresser.
No, man, I quit on myself long ago. That's crazy. But yeah, I started Great White Oak Media, man, and Spanky started that here at the radio station, and I just took it and ran with it, and now it's this, and now...
I just remember you talking, and it's like in your ramblings and in your statements, you're like, I'm as strong as a great white oak.
Yeah.
I guess that's where it came from.
No, but...
No?
We'll go with that.
Okay.
I can't say it on air. I can't say it live.
Okay.
I can't say it live because Great White Oak is out there. I'm an LLC now. I'm legit. I gotta be good. I gotta be real good. I can't tell you the real story. Spanky will tell you the real story.
Maybe offline he can tell me the real story. I
can tell you you don't know the real story. You were in Colorado.
I was in Colorado, yes.
Yeah.
I was the adult. I was the adult in the room.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a fun time for sure with Jimothy.
Oh, Jimothy was the best.
Oh, Jimothy was like weaponized autism. It was the craziest thing that I never understood. Okay, I had this theory. What's the guy that does this with the fingers on Star Wars Trek? One
Spock.
of them.
Spock?
He's autistic. And this is why I say this. Spock's autistic. He's like the uber autistic. He has zero emotion, and he's smarter than everybody.
He knows everything. And
Yeah.
he's got views and things. He's got views and opinions on things and stuff.
Yeah, and he has zero emotion. Zero.
Very much no emotion, which is off-putting sometimes.
I hate pudding. And I'm off-putting. I am. I don't eat sugar anymore. And that's why I think got AIDS.
So what's up, man? You left the station, you did your thing, you kind of went on your it wasn't a sabbatical. It was you disappeared for a while, and then you were there in little this and that's with War Horses for Veterans.
Yeah. I left and I climbed a mountain and I did a lot of soul searching, and I don't think the mountain's physical in this aspect of it. But I had to figure some things out, and I picked up a camera, and I was out here at War Horses, man. And
was that something that was like, I think I can take pictures, and you had a camera? And this is my story. I've got a camera. I decided to buy it because I thought I didn't think I knew how to take pictures. I thought I wanted to take pictures. So I got this nice Nikon, and it's an SLR camera, and it's been sitting in my freaking drawer, and I haven't been doing shit with it. I've got a bunch of how-to books on how to take good pictures, and it just hasn't happened. So I'm thinking that maybe your story is about the same. You just decided, hey, maybe I want to do this.
Yeah. Like I've taken pictures from time to time in my life, but it really was seeing what happened out here at War Horses and like the magic that does happen. And I just started shooting, boom, 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 and then started figuring out like the shapes I wanted to see, and then practicing. And I looked at an old hard drive of mine, and I did like the counter of how many files I had. I had a terabyte full of pictures, and it's a lot. A terabyte of JPEGs or even raw images. It's crazy. So I just kept hitting the shutter, and then people started noticing, and then like magazine covers were like, oh, take this magazine cover. And I'm like, oh, okay. Did some of that, and like War Horses is my playground when it comes to media. Like, and it's branched out from War Horses. Like I do product photography I do it free for veteran organizations. So like,
do you shoot food?
I hate it. It's dumb.
Is it?
It's not exciting.
It's not real.
No,
seeing products of food.
And no, yeah, it's like I don't want to put motor oil on a sandwich. It just doesn't seem right.
I want to eat the sandwich.
Yeah, I want to eat it after I did it. I'm like, you got to pay me, but you can pay me in sandwich, and I'm fine with that. But I started doing like just active stuff, like performance horses, and I got a lot of cool opportunities to go see some really cool horses, and I did some of the best work, and I was just like, oh God, like the horse, man. That's my favorite. It's my they're better than dogs. They're better than cats. They're better than people. They're cool. And
I think horses are the most majestic. It's just the most beautiful animal that you can shoot.
I do too. And I think humans and horses were meant to, for real, be together. I just think we're made for each other. For sure. Like 1 horsepower will change your life.
Damn.
That sounds stupid, but
dude, that is, I mean, copyright that or whatever you have to do. 1 horsepower will change your life. That is, that right there should be the mantra of War Horses for Veterans. I love that organization.
It's dope, man. And I got to grow out of it. This is literally my playground. And like small business, like veterans, like Attack Coffee, let's see, Second Chance Outdoors. Matter of fact, September, I'm filming a documentary with Second Chance Outdoors in Colorado on an elk hunt with a boat. Like, I'm going to be running around. I'm going to be chasing everybody, hunting, but I'm gonna be filming the thing. That's gonna be nuts. At 11,400 foot, I'm gonna die.
You need to bring oxygen with you, man.
I need to bring the Lord, because I'm probably gonna die out there. And I've been rucking like 2 months straight hard. Been rucking, working out, and like really trying. And it's but anyway, so like,
so you're healthy, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, my brain's healthy, my mind, like, I feel good. Yeah, I had a lot of soul searching to do, man. Like, the radio was fun, and I miss it, and I wish I could do it again one day. But sometimes you just kind of got to about face.
So tell me about that audio that you sent me with America was based on fuck you. Was that from your podcast?
No. That was
just a stream of consciousness, or what?
Yeah, stream of consciousness. I don't know if I don't know if something happened. Probably, definitely something probably happened to piss me off, and I did it.
It was deep. It was really deep, and I loved it. And that's why I played it as our second song in the break, because it was like, if you think about it, it's like, yeah, America was founded on fuck you.
It was. It truly was. And nobody wants to be told what to do. Not at all. And, bro, it's just simple as, and I think that's what I had to do. When I beat myself up, really from when I stopped the radio, I just like, and I had to just scream F you. I just had to.
So tell us, for those of us that are here that don't know you, what's your military history? Where'd you come from?
Military history, 13 Mike at first, 13 Fox after, Iraq, Germany, Korea, good times, dude. And I miss it. I miss the guys. And I think that's why Great White Oak exists, is I want to tell the stories of veterans. That's like the ultimate goal. Like, the time in service is over. And it was okay to come home. It took me a long time to figure that out. And I want to tell other people's stories. Like tonight here, we have Vietnam LRPs, Long Range Reconnaissance Patrol, and I'm honored to film a documentary this weekend about these guys. And we got some first group Special Forces guys out here, the older generation and the younger generation. We even got the commander of 2nd Recon Marines that were in Afghanistan when they were the pullout, when the 13 people died. The commander of that's here tonight. And I'm about to get off here shortly and go kick it with him. That's the kind of shit that I love. Just historical moments.
Dude, I want to buy that guy a beer. I want to buy him all the beer.
Dude, he's super cool. He's a really good, smart guy. Really smart guy. And his 2nd Recon, that entire company came here December through January, 3 groups. And it was heavy. And I got to do photography for all of them. So when they leave here, I give them a giant Dropbox folder of just all these photos I've taken of them, and they can take that and take them to their families, and you can print them out huge. I've got to meet some cool people. I got to meet one of the pilots that flew the Bin Laden mission from 160th SOAR.
Dude, SOARs. I fucking love those guys.
I got to meet some really cool veterans, and like, sure, my time in the military was cool, and I think it's really only it's the key that helps me connect with the people I'm shooting. And like other veteran groups, like small, like Attack Coffee, Blue Line Roasting, Hustle and Ground, Second Chance Outdoors, all these small Let's see, Redefined Violence. Those guys are the shit. Their merch is the shit. They send me stuff, and they're like, "Hey, can you do photography for us?" Yeah, and I'll do it for free, man. Like, I'm not going to charge small veteran like nothing. I'm not going to charge them anything. Just send me your product, and I'll shoot it, and send it back, and you'll have some great content. I'm a content machine on this side, and I've kind of calmed down a lot. I was wild. Super wild, but now like I kind of had to grow up, you know.
You have to value your time, and then you have to assign a value to your time, and then make a decision. What am I going to do? Because there's so much out there that you can do for veterans organizations. There's tons of them. It's not like you can pick and choose, but then you have to. If everyone chooses Great White Oak Media, then you start have to parsing down, okay, what's priority? You got to assign your priorities, and they're all priorities. It's really, it kind of really sucks, huh?
Yeah. Like I want to work with everybody. I want to do everything. But it's kind of a bitch, man, because as a business owner now, I'm on a whole different level of learning shit that I am dumb about. I'm absolutely dumb. If I didn't have my accountant, I'd be dead.
What do you mean I can't write that off? Or I can write that off?
Yeah. Like dude, shout out Jerry. Like that dude he has saved my bacon. Like, on the business world, I am a retard. I like making the Legos and for people to play with. I like making the content. But I hate the business side of it. I hate it. I hate having to give myself a paycheck. I hate it.
You have to assign yourself. I mean, you receive a fee and you're like, okay, how much of this is for me? I got to pay rent. You got to pay rent. You got to pay. You got to feed yourself. You got to pay for your truck and your car insurance and stuff like that.
Everything, dude. But you can write everything off too. And it's been a wild ride, and it's been fun. And it's opened the door for so much stuff. Like the goal is really, I want to be like when you see a horse picture and go, holy crap.
I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised when you were published. What was that, Morgan? Morgan published your photo?
Yeah, Morgan Horse Magazine, yeah. Pretty
That's what war horses have. They're Morgans.
Morgans. It's a pretty big magazine. And
Those
that's
are beautiful.
Volt on the cover. Yeah. That's a giant magazine. Now, and they came out like Sydney, she came out, she's the editor.
Oh.
And me and her kicked it, and we just turned the horse out, and we're out in the field shooting him. And yeah, when that horse sees a camera and he can run, he just shows out. Like all these horses have personalities. It's good. It's good.
So when we went to War Horses, how many horses did they have? They had a handful. Like 4 that were rideable horses, 4 or 5 maybe.
Yeah, it's more than that now. It's probably 8 to 10 that's rideable, but we probably have 25 here.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot. A
They're
lot is
so
changed,
photogenic,
too.
man. They're so beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think there's such thing as an ugly horse. Yeah, I don't think so at all. And just the horse world in general, I've got the opportunity to go to different rodeos, different farms, see different disciplines. I'm working on a book now that's all the different horse disciplines, and you would never ever think there's that many disciplines. There's hundreds of horse disciplines, and I'm going to shoot every one and make a book.
And Pookie just said, I keep hearing shoot the horse and my brain goes somewhere else.
Yeah. Shoot him in. Where is he?
He's when you connected, he disconnected.
Oh no.
I know.
What? I forgot about that.
If I bring him in, then the video gets all fucked up, and like when he talks, his picture appears, and It's nuts. I can't do technology.
I love the Pookie, and me and Pookie got on this one app called Stereo, and we started like doing podcasts on there, and it's crazy app. It's a crazy app. But this one girl, she was on methamphetamines, and that's exactly what I think it was. But Pookie said he was getting a fear boner because she was threatening him. And then she tried to convince us to break into the Vatican to like kidnap Jesus out of there because that's where they have him. So we've been doing shenanigans like on the side.
Everyone knows that. That's where he is.
Oh my God, that chick was crazy, man. And I got that whole podcast. It's so strange.
That explains why he says, "Tell him it's in the Vatican."
Yeah, it's in the Vatican. Dude, like that was talking to a live crackhead on the air is wonderful. I don't know if you know that.
We've had a couple of weird call-ins, and I don't know exactly how to. I don't want to encourage, but I don't want to discourage.
No, like
you sound really fucking crazy. Yeah, go and kick that police officer in the nuts.
Can you get like legit crackheads on here? I almost ran over 3 of them on the highway. They shouldn't have been on the highway, and they were, dude, I was going 70, and if I'd have hit these crackheads, that'd have been crackhead soup, and I'd have been dead, and I'd have been pissed. But if I lived, they would have put me in prison for killing crackheads. There's got to be some law against that. Like, hey, this crackhead shouldn't have been in the road, and to get souped up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It'd be a bad day.
But you should get some on here, like a crackhead too.
No, I don't. No, I don't want. I don't fish for them. I'm not fishing for them.
Fish. You don't have to fish. These
but
are
when they
do,
like. But when they do call, how do you handle them?
Oh, you just talk to them. Really, just talk to them just a little and like let them lead the conversation. This is super easy, and they're going to say the craziest thing ever. I mean, some folks probably would say I was on crack at one point, but I was not. I was just on life.
No, you're just like that normally, dude. I've seen you damn stone cold sober, and yeah, this is you.
Yeah. These crackheads, man. Can you get one as a pet?
That's an expensive pet. No.
Ooh, yeah, you got to feed it crack.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm good. I don't even know where to get crack, and I mean that.
So where did you find yourself? I'm going to redirect this conversation. I don't want to be like sly about it. When did you decide, fuck, I need a reset? How am I going to reset?
To be honest, it was when I was doing like the 10 full times on here.
Tell me about that.
Well, we did this show here called 10 full, so I had Saturday Night Savagery for years on here, right? And then we did 10 full times, and y'all hired that one guy. I can't even remember his name anymore. And he was like the co-host, and he was doing all this stuff. And me and Pookie were like, we are like white belt conspiracy theorists. Maybe he's a little bit more gangster than I am, but I don't know. It's just a time in my life, dude, where I was like, yeah, conspiracies. And it was the whole Trump time. And
dude, was this pre-Trump, or was this like during the election? I think it was during the election.
No, it was after.
It was after?
After. Oh yeah, because me, Red Leg, and Minx did that like 8-hour show when Trump got elected.
Oh, dude, yeah, because I went to bed. The election was happening. I went to bed. I woke up for work the next morning, and you guys were still on the air.
Yeah. We went hard that night, and it was fun. But this is when I first moved up here to Kansas City.
That was a big leap, dude, because you had a life in Florida, and then you just pulled up stakes
and moved here,
grabbed your shit, and moved to Kansas.
Yeah, and I got a job at a quarry. So at that time, like, I was driving one of those Caterpillar 797s. It's a big giant hauler. If you want to Google Caterpillar 79. It won't fit on a highway. It's bigger than a house. It's a big giant dump truck. And I drove that for 11 hours a day, every day, like 6 days a week. So I was doing that, and then I had to do like a radio show on top of all that on Saturday. And I had this.
I had no idea you were working that much.
Dude, I was working so much, and I had that one dude telling me conspiracies all day. and then Pookie.
Did you have a co-pilot in the truck, or was that just you?
No, just me, dude. It was like, if you drive one of those things, it's actually kind of comfortable. And then going through the divorce and her being a biatch, just so many things, man. And then all the conspiracy stuff, and one day my brain just.
You need a change.
Yeah, Amy came, like, one of my last shows was like when Amy came down, and we did a show. That was like one of my last shows.
Were you at Spanky's?
Amy came here. No, Amy came here to Kansas City to kick it. And yeah, that was like one of my last shows. And I just popped. I was just, I don't know. And then I just had to like figure it out. Figure out what am I going to do. There's a lot of mental anguish.
Did you talk to people? Did you go to professionals?
No.
I mean, it's not a shame to talk to professionals at all. How did you get from where you were to where you are?
I think in the past 2 years it's been the best. But when was probably 2018, 19 when I was on here. But I picked up the camera and I just started practicing, and I just like, screw it, there's going to be a hobby, whatever, da 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 da. And doing the whole, and like the war horses thing, it truly helps, and like horsemanship and communication, and these guys ended up being like my unit again. I found my unit.
Okay.
Like face to face, and if I screwed up, I'd catch hell, but that's what happens. Like if anybody screwed, it's love. That's true love. And then I just kept practicing and practicing and practicing and hustling and hustling and hustling and hustling. And I drove Lyft for a while. I did all kind of crazy things. I worked as an intelligence officer at Black and Veatch. I had to wear a suit and stuff, and like.
I bet you look damn good in the suit, dude.
Linked up with NORAD and shit. No, I hated it, dude.
You didn't like it?
Hell no. And Black and Veatch is like no. They're bad people.
Oh God.
Just look up Ukraine. Like, look up Ukraine and Black and Veatch's involvement. But that's not conspiracy. That's like legit.
It's not, but we don't want to be liable for slandering a fucking company.
They're Black and Veatch's in Ukraine. But I was like doing that kind of stuff as an intel officer, and wearing a suit. I was like, fuck this too. So I got the green light to just, I got all my VA stuff taken care of, so I didn't have to really worry about money too bad. And I had like breathing room. So that camera just became everything, absolutely everything. And I just started creating and creating and creating and creating and creating. And it just got better, man. I just haven't stopped with the shutter. I haven't stopped trying to tell the story. And like, I have a vision of what I want. And all I really, truly, all I give a fuck about is veterans. Like, I want to tell our story.
So you sent me what, 20 pictures?
Yeah.
And I've got these going in a slideshow right now. Love that dock photo.
Thanks.
That dock photo is like my favorite.
That's like Lake Geneva.
And I will Lake Geneva, Illinois?
Yeah.
I'm going to pay you money, and I would like the high res of that.
Okay.
And I'm going to make it a picture, and I'm going to put it on my wall.
How big?
I have no idea. Big.
Next time, if we ever do this again, I'm over at fiber just got installed at the house, like in the ground.
Isn't that great?
I haven't got it yet.
Oh God, it's so good.
They haven't turned it on. So once I do that, I want to do this in the office, and like the whole back wall is like framed of all of my favorite pictures. It's dope.
How do you choose your favorite photo? Because
I think it's the
I'm sure
moment
that it kind of changes out, because that doc photo just does it for me. That is the best. And I told you, there's nothing going on, but there's everything going on there.
Yeah. It's the story behind the picture. Like that doc photo, I was with a company. We're doing a documentary about Buddy's. He's like what's his last name? Buddy guy? No. Buddy Melgus. He developed a sailboat, the Melgus sailboat, and he has a yacht club there. And he teaches kids. Well, he just founded it, but he was a U.S. Olympian. He's like one of the greatest American sailing heroes of our history. And we did a documentary on that guy, and that was the dock right outside of the place we were, and I'm like, that's dope.
That's such a great photo. That gets me. That talked to me.
All these other photos, like that portrait of Marlboro Man, that cow right there with the weird horns, that longhorn with the weird horns.
They went
He's
forward.
Dead.
Oh,
yeah, he's dead now. He died. Well, it's not I don't know whose cow it is, but I walked by him every day, and his horns were just crazy. So, but the heat.
They went forward instead of sideways.
Yeah. And like the heat killed him. Me and my buddy Brett, we were rucking that morning, and he's just laid over on his side dead because of the heat. I'm like, shit, man. That was a cool horse. Like that guy leaning down and looking at Dulcek. Him connecting with that horse. My buddy Mike right there holding Dulcek's head after hard work, like showing love.
Is that the horse? I love. Oh God, these are awesome. All of your fucking photographs are they say things.
Yeah, that's the goal, and I'm lucky to see all these guys come through, all the guys and gals come through all the time. Oh, that photo of me with the mask on.
That's weird. Tell me about that.
So I've got a song called SSRIs, and the music video hasn't come out yet, but I'm working on it. But that's a mask, and all it says is all the different things that go in veterans' brains with PTSD. And so I'm a big advocate of getting genetically tested, right? We have the technology to get genetically tested, and not let the VA guinea pig us on bullshit SSRIs. That's one of the side effects of SSRIs are it's suicide. And
what's SSRI?
Serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and they're basically depression meds. Like Effexor, shit. Everybody in here has probably taken some or heard of them. Effexor was mine. They put me on, and it gave me the fucking brain zaps. And I almost killed myself. And on all these different meds that they put you on, like that's what the song is
If
about.
anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, I'm trying to frame this here really quick. Here's the picture that we're talking about, which is awesome. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, Heath Barlow says you can always move back to Hattiesburg. Hell no. Hell no.
Heard rent's cheap.
Fuck that. All that I can't. I'm never going back to Mississippi, dude. Ever.
So tell us about your SSRI, because I know the song. I've heard it. I've heard all of your takes of this song, because it's changed. You sent it to me a long time ago, and it's changed. Not the lyrics wise, but in the production wise. So
yeah. The most recent one I send you is like, that's the mastered version. So like, yeah, this picture, I wrote all over this black mask, like everything inside of somebody that's a combat vet. The big V is a big V for veteran, and PTSD on the nose, and all the different sayings. Just going on, and it's basically, let's see, what does it say? Scared, just kill me, battle, pain, get away, liar, self-hate, help, brother, tired, kill, fuck you, I don't want to die. It's got this all killer. It's got all these different words on this mask, and people betray, like, people think that about us, and we think that about ourselves sometimes.
There are, I mean, I'm a veteran as well. I went to Iraq as a civilian. Didn't experience all the horror and drama and whatever as a door kicker would. It sucked. It affected me. I imagine it affects a lot of other people differently. The same trauma can affect different people different ways.
Yeah. It's perspective for sure.
Definitely a perspective thing. Would you mind if I played SSRI? If not completely, just in part?
Shit. Is that cool? Yeah, go for it.
We can talk over it if you'd like.
No, you can just rock it, dude.
Okay.
It's all good.
I've played it before. I think some of the fans would have heard it before.
Standing in line to get my pills that they have told me I need chill. Just like this and you will be fine. Don't lose your mind. SSRI.
Welcome back to the VA, young man up in this session.
Hello.
We'll talk about anxiety, depression, and your aggression. Are you unable to cope?
No.
Do you feel like you wanna hurt yourself or others? Do you feel like no hope? No, doc, I feel like I'm on a slippery slope. I don't feel like I'm a human. I don't laugh, I don't cry, I don't joke. Like these meds you got me on make me feel like a junkie on dope. My brain keeps zapping me constantly. It's like I'm fucking having a stroke.
First of all, I want to thank you for your service.
Fucking thank you for the support.
And if you want to hurt yourself or anybody else, we have a place here for you in the hospital. But if not, we have these 10,000 medications for you. Standing in line to get my pills that they have told me I need chill. Just take this and you will be fine. Don't lose your mind. SSRI. Standing in line to get my pills that they have told me I need chill. Just take this and you will be fine. Don't lose your mind. SSRI.
But doc, my dick don't work. Easy fix, here's Viagra. Plus my guts are hurting, my ass is flowing like Niagara. Facts. Well, here's some Fennec and some Tramadol, Xanax, some Ambien Effexa, Abilify and Demerol. Facts. Holy shit, dog. Goddamn, I think you're trying to kill me. Will you complain about this and that? You fucking feel me? Goddamn, you're fucking evil. Now you're just being silly. Hurry up, blow your brains out already, you stupid hillbilly. Quote.
All you combat veterans are just a burden on the U.S. government and the U.S. financial system. All you want is a handout. Standing in line to get my pills that they have told me I need chill. Just like this and you will be fine. Don't lose your mind. SSRI. Standing in line to get my pills that they have told me I need chill. Just like this and you will be fine. Don't lose your mind. SSRIs.
I know a lot of you might not know about genetic testing, but it helps you find the medication that you need for your genetics. Don't be a guinea pig with this shit. Get your health right.
Yeah. Dope. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So, I was talking to a lot of different people because I was working on another documentary about this. And on average, per veteran, it's $10,000 a year to medicate a veteran. And we're guinea pig, right? So you go to a psychologist or whichever psychologist, that's it. That's the one that can write you the script, right? So as many veterans in here know, you go in, they talk to you for less than a fucking hour, and they say, all right, try this. Well, you take this fucking powerful fucking drug, powerful, and you got to give it some time to kick in and start working. Well, if it don't work for you, the effects happen. So then you have to wean off of it and do it again, and that could be a 6-month period, and you're basically guinea pigged on these drugs. Well, it costs $300 to genetically test you right up front to see what you're compatible with. They know this shit now. Like,
so this is nothing. This isn't like do 23andMe or don't do like an ancestry. That's not that kind of genetic testing. This is more.
No, I mean they're cousins probably, but no, they tell you what you're compatible with for real. And I did one, and I know I can't take them. Like, and they were just feeding them to me. They were feeding me like tramadol, Lortabs. They were feeding me all kinds of fucking narcotics. They were feeding me, what are those, Ambien? I was doing, when I first started.
Dude, Ambien? Is that the drug where you buy all kinds of shit on Amazon?
Yeah.
And you clean your house like.
No, you don't clean. No, you pass out. It's a hypnotic. And like when WTF Nation first started and we had the chat rooms, when I was so crazy, I was on Ambien.
You said some crazy ass shit.
Crazy shit that I can never take back.
So there's a psilocybin, which is a treatment, which is a treatment, or it's considered a treatment now in certain pockets. It's not like a FDA approved.
Absolutely.
Not hypnotic, but what's the word I'm thinking of? It's a
hallucinogenic.
It's not like you can take LSD for purposes for therapeutic purposes. Psilocybin is kind of making its inroads, which is a natural product. It's a mushroom that grows out of what? Cow poo?
Yeah, it's great for you, but you need to. I did it as a child, and I didn't know how to.
I know you said, okay, if there ever becomes a treatment, I want to sign up for this program.
Yeah. That was MDMA.
MDMA.
So that was the MAPS program, and that was Rick Doblin, and I was trying to do that. They never called me back. They gave me like some leading email saying maybe, but they never really followed through. But now. I'm going to go through DMT treatment. I'm going to do the 5-MeO DMT treatment. And we'll see what happens. That's
an application process?
No, it's just a lot of money.
No shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking money. And I'm going to do it. I'm saving up for it, and I've already got it scheduled. So next year, I'm going to do it.
Or you can go to South America and do it for,
No. Yeah, that's where it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not legal here.
I was totally throwing that out.
No, it's happening out of country for real. And it's going to be, I think, like MDMA treatments, psilocybin treatments, ibogaine treatments. I'm not a big fan of weed. It's just not for me. Never liked it. Never liked drinking either. We did some weed in Colorado, and our friend Pi smoked way too much, and that's how I am with just a little bit of weed. Pi smoked an entire joint to the fucking head and went to the moon.
There's probably a video out there somewhere.
Oh yeah, there is.
And I was there for the experience, and I was just like, wow. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like weed. Only because, and even edibles, because it just makes my blood pressure just goes, it goes way through the roof. I don't have a good time. I don't have a good time because when my heart's beating out of my chest, I'm not having a good time.
No, it sucks, man. And it's like we're adults.
For some folks, that's the shit. What I wanted when I went through, when I was going through Colorado to see my kids up in Montana, I would stop in Colorado, usually Fort Collins, and go, I'm going to a weed shop. I bought some edibles looking for some indica, just help me sleep. And I'd take it and I'd be like, fuck. And it was during one of your shows when I took one of these, I ate a fucking bag of goddamn Bugles, and I'm like, I'm looking for more food. I'm like,
Bugles are good.
They are delicious.
Those cheesy ones, fuck.
But I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like I don't like feeling out of control, and I felt like I was out of control.
Yeah, like the reason I don't drink is because I can't drive and get the fuck out of there, you know? Like, I want to be able to go.
That's a really good point.
Like, I want to be able to go because I do not like drunk people. Like, when we were at the Freedom On Fest, it was first off.
That was a great experience. That was a really good experience.
But I was like, y'all didn't know this, but at the time, I was on so much medication, and I was zapped out of my fucking mind. And
you just wanted to go.
Well, I was around all these fucking drunks, dude, and I was like, oh no. But we had a great time, and I loosened up, and Red Leg and you and Spanky and Mom and Pie and like everybody there was just the most fun time ever. And we got to meet some of our good friends. We got to see the beginning of Black Rifle Coffee. We got to see the beginning.
That was so cool because I stayed back at the it wasn't a hotel, it was an apartment. I stayed back at the apartment. You guys went out. You met. You guys actually picked up. Assuming we survived from the airport.
Yeah.
And then you went to the hotel and met everybody, all the founding members of Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah.
Before they became actual, like successes.
Yeah. And we drank. Paul Masciano? Paul Masciano bought me, Pie, and Red Leg old fashions. And I don't even drink, but I drank an old fashioned with Paul Masciano, and it was dope. And then Randy Couture's wife put
Mindy.
me in a rear neck. Yeah, Mindy put me in a rear naked choke.
I've got pictures. I should have pulled that. I've got it.
And my very first interview on this show was Randy Couture, and it was just good times, good memories. But
it was a good memory.
100% sober now. Absolutely 100% sober. I dip tobacco. I guess you can tell me to fuck off for that if you want to get technical, but I just work, and fucking hustle, dude. And it's the best. And I have this theory of like, I'm going to just rock it so hard in my 30s. I'm going to be rich as fuck in my 40s and 50s, you know? All this is going to pay off. Everything's moving forward, dude.
I'm tripping out, dude. You're not in your 30s yet?
I'm 36.
36. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, you're in your 20s? God damn it.
Oh no, I'm a old looking ass 20-year-old, bro. But love is in my heart, dude. And like I don't hold like all this politics shit, all this.
God, I hate politics.
Yeah,
but I love your statement of, America was founded on a fuck you, which is absolutely true.
Yeah.
And you can't be political and be a business owner. You just have to, whoever's going to buy your services, you got to, do it.
I'm not doing weddings. I'll tell you that straight up. I'm not going to do weddings.
Weddings are hard.
I'm not, I don't like chatty women that want to tell me that fucked up. I don't like bridezillas. I'll say that. That's a little bit more politically correct.
Bridezilla has made a lot of money on
I don't give a shit. I've got standards. I'm never going to do a wedding unless it's like for a good friend. And then I know we're cool, but like headshots, all that stuff, cars, action events, it doesn't matter. But the one cool goal, I want to be so good that they invite me to the NFR to shoot that, like the Super Bowl of rodeos. So that's a goal.
What's an NFR?
The NFR is the Super Bowl of rodeos. It is the Super Bowl every year of rodeos. The best of the best of the best is there.
National fucking rodeo? What does that sound for?
Oh, fuck. Now you got me. National fucking rodeo. And I think that's what it is. National fucking rodeo. It's the national fucking rodeo, and the best of the fucking best cow fucking boys are on there, and cow gals. Yeah, and like, dude, the horse people are cool, man. They're cool. They're cool people. They're fun people, and their horses are like, they trick them out like they do their cars, but their cars are, they're.
So like in India, all the taxi drivers have all the like the yarn and shit that they just make stuff, and then all these cool horse people just make their horses the best that they can ever be.
Oh yeah, I've seen people finger paint their horse before, just like finger paint shit on them. I'm like, okay.
No, Pookie says horse chicks are batshit crazy. I dated a girl who rode Morgan for show.
Oh,
yes. It wasn't her horse. Yes, English side saddle, and she would practice. She would like a beautiful girl. I loved her. We got along great, but she chose the horse over me, and that's when my life went downhill.
Yeah, I mean, I would choose horses over most people for sure. Absolutely. Pookie said he's jealous about the elk hunt. Dude, it was an accident. It was an absolute, and I was asked, hey, do you want to come film this? And I was like, fuck yes.
Okay,
oh
check
my
out.
God.
JReady, check out. Oh, am I wearing the shirt? No, I'm not. Continue.
Yeah, elk hunt. Second Chance Outdoors. Go follow those guys if you can. They're dope. They just take veterans out on hunts. They're cool. Bow hunting. Ooh, hard. We'll probably not get a bull elk. We'll probably.
You never know.
It's 90% sure we won't. But because I've never been before ever, and I've got to film this and not sneeze. Get out of here. I'm gonna fucking sneeze because I know it. But I am going to swim nude and bathe nude in a river and hopefully catch a fish with my mouth. And then pop up and like, yo. No, that's
you got to take your fish out of your mouth and go,
yo.
I'm thinking, Ice and I, well, he lives up there. I flew up to Colorado Springs, and we did an event at a museum. It was a flying museum, and one of the sponsors, it was actually their event, and I can't remember. I'm thinking back to Heroes Rumble because you've got like cars and stuff. It's not them. It's Operation Pay It Forward. Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah.
They do elk hunts. They do stuff in Texas, Colorado, Utah, maybe Montana. I was wondering if you ever had heard of them.
Yeah, they're badass. They're badass.
We had such a good time. They had such a great presentation down in Colorado Springs.
Anything to do with veterans, I'm all for.
The whole thing was for veterans. Everything was for veterans, and everyone there was like for veterans. So there was an auction, and there was like crazy ass money thrown around.
Dude, it's the veteran world. There's some cheese, but in the hunting world, there's even more cheese. There's the hunting world. There's so much fucking money. So much, and
it's not about the money. It's just about the doing the right thing for the right people.
Oh, for sure. But like the amount of money donated, so those people to do the right thing, they have to fund this trip, and the amount of money that comes out of people's hearts to give to these organizations is tremendous, and it goes to such a good cause.
But what's crazy is you have an auction. Is like, I've got an auction up here on auction. We had a great auctioneer for Operation Pay It Forward. He could sell a bucket of fucking cotton balls.
Whoa.
And he would say, the price for this is $1.68. And he would sell that bucket of cotton balls for $20,000.
Jesus.
Just because there were so many generous people, and it was fun. There was a lot of show.
Yeah.
There was because you could bet online, and you download this app, and you can make there's a rifle there, and so I'd look up, what's the price of that rifle? Really, if I would go to a store and buy that rifle, how much is it? Okay, it's $4,000. Okay, great. I'm gonna bid $4,500. That fucking rifle would sell for $25,000, just because there are so many generous people in the audience willing to get that rifle, and then the rest goes towards the organization.
That's a beautiful thing. Because I got to get the fuck out of here. I actually got a Zoom meeting with these guys that I'm going on this trip with, and yeah.
So if we were to contact you online, where would we do that?
GreatWhiteOakMedia.com, on Instagram, on Facebook. I don't fuck with Twitter, unless Elon Musk actually buys it.
I got booted off of Twitter, and I don't care.
Let's see. Yeah. GreatWhiteOakMedia.com. Great White Oak Media on Instagram, and Great White Oak Media on Facebook. If you need any photography, videography, documentary work, voiceover work, podcast production, name it.
Media mixing, mastering.
Yeah. All that shit. And we're doing the damn thing. Media, all of it.
I love you.
I love you too.
I fucking love you, dude.
I fucking love you too, Cos. I mean it. I do. I love you. I love you. I love you.
All right, buddy.
And I love Pookie, and I wish I could have. I wish I could have vocally hugged him with my mouth.
Maybe we can do that later.
We will.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much for hanging out. This is Kaz, and this is JReady, man. Thank you very much for hanging out with us from Great White Oak Media. Go to greatwhiteoakmedia.com, Instagram, all the things and stuff.
All the things and stuff.
All right, buddy.
Peace.
Take care.
Bye.
Hey, Pookie, if you want to call back, it's all you, bro. Thanks to JReady for calling in, man. That was so cool. That was very, very cool. There, I'm trying to get the Pookie back, and then we'll close out the show. Look at that. Wrong mouse. What's going on, sir?
Hello.
Well, hello. I'm really sorry that you weren't involved in that.
Oh, that's good. I listened to the show. It's a good show.
You got bounced. I don't know how you got bounced. It wasn't me.
I was just like sitting there. I was like, okay, I started hearing stuff. I was like, that's coming from my browser. That's not coming from
Okay. Well, thanks for coming back. We're going to close out the show. We got shows still Monday is a Monday edition. Tuesday is Pop Culture Warrior. Thursdays is Sergeant's Time with Ice, and Friday is Friday Night Freedom. Yeah. Friday Night Freedom with us, Kaz and Pook. Taxation is theft. It is, and the thing is, the older I get, you're a young man. Yeah. The thing is, the older I get, I'm like, even when I was growing up, I'm like, okay, taxation is necessary. And then the older I get, I'm like, fuck, dude.
No. We're just paying a bunch of rich old dudes to ruin the world. So
yeah. Sorry about the mute button earlier. That was my fault.
Oh yeah, I caught that.
You did, and I think I solved the problem early. I think we only missed a couple of sentences. Anyway, everybody, check us out during the week, and we're out here for tonight. Have a great weekend, and if you go to drink, if you go to a party, great. Have a great time, but don't drive home. Don't drive home. Do say what? Don't pull a hesh.
Yes, don't pull a hesh.
Don't pull a hesh. Don't pull a hesh. All right, everybody. You guys are awesome. You get nothing is too soon with that. All right, everybody. You guys take care.
This is WTF Nation Radio.
My friend came to the door. She said, well, I was on the phone cooking me and my baby some breakfast. And she said, hey, something wrong. It's popping. I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, no. So the girl come downstairs. She come out her apartment with her baby with no shoes on. I said, oh, girl, it's cold outside. She said, something ain't right. I said, oh, man. She said, oh, man, the building is on fire. I said, no, what? I got my 3 kids and we bounced out. We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.